Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. We got Tuesday, December 19th, basketball today, a couple college games, and then we'll get into the NBA slate. It's a small NBA slate, so good thing college provides us with a couple good plays, we think, for tonight. So first game up, 5 o'clock out here in Arizona, so 7 o'clock East. Virginia traveling to Memphis. Memphis, a 3.5-point home favorite currently in this particular matchup. We do like Memphis here at home, so we will take Memphis minus 1.5 first half and Memphis minus 3.5 for the game. One more time, Memphis minus 1.5 first half and minus 3.5 for the game. It's one of those ones, it's all about home court here on this particular one. So these games where they travel get a little tough, especially non-conference against good opponents. So we definitely, like I said, we like Memphis in this particular matchup, and we'll go, and that's where we're headed there. Next game up is going to be that we're going to play anyway. It's going to be James Madison, Coppin State. So James Madison playing another subpar team, I'll put it to you that way. It spreads somewhere around 27.5, 28.5, depending on what book you're at on that one there. James Madison is a legit top 20 team, my opinion. They got quite a bit going on there. Coppin State had enough money for their uniforms. So therefore, we're going to take James Madison minus 15.5 first half and minus 27.5 for the game. So one more time, James Madison minus 15.5 first half and minus 27.5 for the game. Next game up that we're going to play is actually going to be 6:30 in here in Arizona, 8:30 out east. Marquette going to Providence. Marquette, I think 7's a little low for them. I mean, they beat Kansas. Kansas hasn't really played, how do I put this, outstanding so far, but a few new pieces kind of get into the mix. But I think Kansas is one of the best teams in the country, and then Marquette's going to be right there as well. So Elite Eight, Final Four team wouldn't be a shock. I think they get this done going to Providence there. They are a 4.5-point favorite roughly about everywhere. So we will take Marquette minus 1.5 in the first half, though, and then minus 4.5 for the game. Just good guard play, a little bit of experience. Marquette seems to have everything going on. So Marquette minus 1.5 first half, and then minus 4.5 for the game. So those are the 3 college games that we're after, and then we played first half and game on all of those. Now we'll get into the NBA slate. Like I said, only 4 games tonight, but some excitement going on in the NBA for sure. So Tuesday night in the NBA, but it is the first game back for John Morant. Welcome back to the NBA. Hopefully you can go 10 minutes without flashing a gun on social media. I hope he's learned from this. I really do. He's such an exciting player to watch, no question about it. And Memphis could use all the help on God's green earth in order to get this right. So, but they are going to New Orleans. New Orleans on a 5-game win streak. Ever since they got, how do I put this, bamboozled in Vegas against the Lakers, they have been on point, on fire, no question about it. They've played well. We do like the Pelicans here in this matchup for sure on this one. So we're going to take them at the minus 7 there. We got quite a few plays on this game though. So we will take the Pelicans minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 first half, and minus 7 for the game. Zion over 21.5 points. His point total keeps coming down because he just hasn't been scoring. But I think he can get. There's only one person really of length on the Grizzlies, and that's Jarrett Jackson. So if he can get into the middle and do what he does, I think he can dump off 25 without blinking an eye here, which should be a pretty sizable cover. Plus, I don't think they're going to beat the Grizzlies by 40. Therefore, he should have to play the whole damn game. So on that one there. And Jonas Valanciunas, over 11.5 rebounds. This guy has been on a monster tear for the last 4 or 5 games. He's been rebounding at a minimum of 13, but mostly 15s and 17s here as of late. So over 11.5 rebounds, and you will see it as our best bet for the day as well on that one. Then we also like the Pelicans over the 117.5 team total, because I think they should be able to put up 120 plus on the Grizzlies. 121, like a 120, 123 to 110, some matchup like that. I expect the Grizzlies to score more with Morant back for sure. So we'll go through that Pelicans-Grizzlies game one more time. Pelicans minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 first half, and minus 7 for the game. Zion over 21.5 points. Valanciunas over 11.5 rebounds. and the Pelicans over 117.5 team total. Next game up, Spurs at the Bucks. No Wemby tonight. Line somewhere between 16.5 and 17 points because the Spurs just they play a lot of matador defense, it feels like, and the Bucks are going to oblige, and they don't play what I would call a hell of a defense either. Now, their interior defense is pretty solid. It's their perimeter defense that is beyond horrible. I mean, Lillard has... I'll be honest, I didn't know Lillard was this bad defensively until he got moved to the Bucks. So, Bucks 16.5 point favorite at home, 249 total. So a big total in this one. But we do like the Bucks, and we do like the over in this particular matchup here. I just think there's going to be so much scoring, it's going to be hard to keep up. But so Bucks minus 5.5 first quarter, minus 10 first half, and minus 16.5 for the game. Devin Vassell over 19.5 points for the Spurs, and Giannis over 32.5 points for the Bucks. Bucks over the 133.5 team total. That's a bundle, but I think they get home, especially with no shot blocker and Wemby gone. Bucks Spurs over 63.5 first quarter, over 127 first half, and over 249 for the game. So we'll run through all these Bucks and Bucks Spurs plays one more time. So Bucks minus 5.5 first quarter, minus 10 first half, minus 16.5 for the game. Giannis over 32.5 points. Vassell over 19.5 points. We just hope this thing's they're not up 40 in the first quarter. That could mess with the Giannis and Vassell. We kind of backed off. Normally we play those probably a higher amount, but we backed that off just in case it is a huge blowout from the get-go. Then we've got Bucks Spurs over 63.5 total first quarter, over 127 total first half, and over 249 for the game, as well as the Bucks scoring 134 points plus. Next game up, Suns at the Trailblazers. They kind of announced today, Bradley Beal's going to be out until at least probably second week of June. What a shocker that is. If he plays more than 15 games this year, I think I'm going to be probably shocked. He's played 5, but realistically, we could say 3 because he got hurt in 2 of those games in the first quarter. So, being here in Phoenix, man, I'm telling you, it's like I just think we're in such for a world of disappointment with a big 3. It's stripping the team basically of everything, including draft picks. So there's not really a way out of this. That's what a lot of people don't realize. It's like a lot of people think, well, we're just going to, all of a sudden make moves. We're out of assets. How do you make moves? The only way you make moves is putting a Durant or Beal or Booker available for trade, right? So I just don't see that happening either. So we're kind of stuck with this, at least for the next few years, I think. And, I'm a Suns fan. I want to watch them win. But, I'm also... I like my money more. I'll put it to you that way, right? So it doesn't matter if I think they're going to lose or win. I bet it accordingly, but according to the handicap of the game. But they are going to Portland, which is definitely a plus, as Portland hasn't put up a fight against most. They are 7.5 point favorite, total around 231. We're just going to basically be on props on this particular matchup here. So the Suns got extremely lucky to win the last game out against the Wizards, except for a phenomenal fourth quarter. And Devin Booker, if the Suns are going to win, Devin Booker has to score 32 to 35 a night and probably drop 10 dimes. I'm going to be really honest. If that's the way they're going to have to win, and they're going to have to win higher scoring ball games because their defense is not it's definitely south of spectacular. We'll put it to you that way. But Devin Booker over 28.5 points. Devin Booker over 2.5 threes. That is pretty substantial plus money. On that one, as he's normally 1 to 2 threes a game, but I think they should give him plenty of opportunities outside to shoot the ball. Nurkic over 11.5 rebounds. He's been a monster, and going against his old team, we expect him to get some more rebounds tonight. Booker over 8.5 assists, and when Booker holds onto the ball a lot and plays point guard, he tends to turn it over, so we will take the over 2.5 turnovers. Another big problem with the Suns is they turn the ball over at an alarming rate as well, so that's another reason why they've struggled so damn much. And Durant, with Booker on the floor, becomes extremely passive. I would like to see Durant more aggressive with everything. He kind of lets Booker take control of the game, which is, I understand why. But when Durant is super aggressive, this team also plays a lot better too. So we'll go through those plays one more time in the Suns Blazers game. Devin Booker over 28.5 points, over 2.5 3-pointers made, and over 8.5 assists. It is plus money on the threes and assists, so make sure you shop around for those on that. Jokic over, I'm sorry, not Jokic. How about Nurkic over 11.5 rebounds and Booker over 2.5 turnovers. And then the game of the night, probably, in my opinion, right? So Celtics Warriors, we'll see what we got in this matchup here. Lines anywhere from 5.5 to 6. Total around 234 to 235. So the Warriors, like I've mentioned a couple episodes in a row, they do well against inferior competition. Where they struggle is against the better teams in the league. And right now, Boston is the cream of the crop. Boston is the team, so to speak, right? Number one team in the league, record-wise. Of course, they've got the 4 stars: Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and Drew Holiday. I'm shocked Porzingis hasn't went down with like a 2-month injury as of yet, to be really honest, as we're almost a third of the way through the season on that one. But the Celtics Warriors, we do like the Celtics tonight. They are overall just a better team. Now, can the Warriors catch lightning in a bottle at home? Absolutely. So there is a path to victory for the Warriors in this one. I just think the Celtics can wear them down overall. And I expect Steph Curry to have a big night. It's just the remainder of the cast that I definitely worry about. So Curry coming off that horrible performance in his last game, I definitely expect him to bounce back because they are playing the best team in the league. So he always wants to show off on those particular evenings anyway. So we are going to take the Celtics, though, -2.5 first quarter, -3 first half, and -5.5 for the game. We also like the over in this matchup. 59.5 total first quarter, over 118.5 total first half, over 234.5 for the game, for the total for the game. We also like Tatum over 28.5 points and Steph Curry over 28.5 points, and Jason Tatum over 2.5 turnovers. We also like the team total. Let me grab that really quick. I don't know why I had a brain fart or something here on that. But the Celtics over 120.5 on the team total as well. So one more time in the Celtics game. Let's get you those picks here. And I'm going to have to make this. I know we made this bet. I just didn't put it on the list here. Like 125, 115. See there, somewhere around that ballpark. Definitely sounds like a finish that could be on that one. So it's kind of what we're thinking in this particular matchup here. The Celtics are really good. They are hard to figure out on a player prop perspective, as they do spread the ball around quite a bit. And Jason Tatum seems to be so passive in the first quarter. Like, he scores a majority of points in the fourth. So I'll be really honest with you. If you can live line Jason Tatum points, and this is going to be the same thing I think for Anthony Edwards with the Timberwolves, they are more times than not, they are passive in the first quarter, and then majority of their points come in the fourth, especially in these bigger ball games. So my recommendation is we will live line this as well. We don't, I don't play for near the stakes on the live line that we do on these bets, but we do try to make some money, especially if a game's going total opposite direction of the way we handicapped it. But there is opportunity here if you want to catch a live line on Tatum points, if he's only got like 10 at the half, don't be shocked if he still gets to 26 to 29 because he doesn't get a majority of those, especially fourth quarter and tight ball games. But one more time, Celtics -2.5 first quarter, -3 first half, -5.5 for the game. Over 59.5 first quarter, over 118.5 first half, or 234.5 for the game. Tatum over the 28 points, Curry over 28.5 points, sorry. Curry over that same 28.5 points. Tatum over 2.5 turnovers, and the Celtics over the 120.5 team total. So at the end of this episode, like every episode that we have, there is going to be a link to our what we call our Google Sheet, which is basically our bet ledger. It'll say docs.google.spreadsheet. Just click on that link there. There's going to be 4 sections: football from 22-23, baseball of 23, football 23-24 that's going on, basketball, obviously, which we just went through, 23-24. Having a good run in basketball, 1,300 units up. Football, we're still over 2,100 units up. Baseball it's probably one of our I think probably the easiest sport to bet, but maybe the hardest to understand. But 7,500 unit up in that one. But there's a lot more games as well in baseball. But definitely check those out. We lay out the blueprint on how to make some money. So basically, this Google Sheet's going to show you our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units, and then also what book we placed those at, and then also going to give you the result. We've had a lot of people ask. We do use DraftKings and FanDuel primarily. ESPN Bet is another alternate for us. We do have some other accounts at other places, but we're normally going to play with DraftKings and FanDuel for the most part if, the lines are adjusted. We look at BetMGM as well, stuff like that, but, we try to shop all the way around. Unfortunately, we don't have, hours upon hours to shop every day for a bet, but if the bets are pretty similar juice-wise, we tend to drop to DraftKings or FanDuel, depending on what's going on, if they have any boosts going on. We don't put any boosts or free bets that we occur into our unit plays or into our totals. So you can just, those tend to be better. There's a lot of places that, we had a profit boost here, or we did, this here, so we put that in our total. We strictly go by what the juice was, the units that we placed, and the unit, all that stuff when we come to our wins and losses. So on that one, just in case anybody has any questions on it. So feel free to check that out. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to the YouTube channel, every time Sports Bets for Free drops new bets, especially when you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on, you'll get a notification to your device or to your phone to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped some new bets, give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and make some money. That's what we're here for. And give you that ton of confidence that you're going to need heading to the betting app or betting window by matching them up with what you got. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.